everyone, welcome back. It's Jill, Fiber Floozie Crafts. We are back for our squares for the B squared crochet along. I'm so happy to see you guys back for another video, and today we're going to do two videos together, two squares today. So get your stuff together, your 4-weight yarn and all your supplies. Today I'm using the Premier Basic in the color Ember. And I did a little bit of a run through today on this, and I am using the 4mm hook. So just to let you know, gauge wise, the 4mm is working out better for most of these squares. If it changes, I will be sure and let you know in the beginning. But it's looking like for these two squares, I'm using the 4mm. All right, I'll see you guys back in just a minute. Okay, let's get started. For square number 10, we are going to chain 27 loosely. Now we're going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook and in each chain across, so that you will have 25 double crochets with this first part of the chain as one. So I'll see you when we get our 25. Okay, we have our 25 double crochets, and as you can see, we're really close to that 7. See, look up here on this upper end rather than your chain end, your chain side. We're almost at the 7, so that means, and it's going to grow just a little bit as we go. So that's why I said I'm working with the 4mm. It's working better for me. I'm going to mark the front. This one is the front. Now we're going to chain 3 and turn. Okay, now that we did our chain 3, we're going to come over here to this stitch, not the one directly under our chain, but to the next stitch, and do a double crochet. Okay, now you're going to chain 1, now you're going to skip 1 and double crochet in the next. Okay, now we're going to yarn over. We're going to go around this stitch in between the one that we skipped. We're going to go around the post. Now we're going to do 5 of these. So yarn over and pull through only 2, and then do another one. Pull through 2. Now we have 3 loops. 3, 4, and 5. That's 5 times around that post. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through all 6. Chain 1 and cinch it up, and that is our cluster. And it has like a little flap right here, and this little line right behind it, we're not going to stitch into that one. We're going to yarn over. That actually is the one that we're doing. Okay, and we're going to skip 1, and we're going to come over here and do 1, 2, 3 double crochets in a row, chain one. Now we're going to skip one and double crochet in the next. And now we have our skip for our next cluster. Okay, so we're going to go around the post. Pull through two, around the post. That's twice. I just kind of pinch it so I can see it. That's 5. See, we have 6 on the hook. Pull through all 6 and cinch it up with a single crochet. Okay, and again, that's the one that we're using. And we're going to skip one and come over here. So y'all see that? That's the one we're using, right under the flap. Skip one and come over here. And do 3 in a row, 3 double crochets in a row. So 1, 2, and 3. This is how we're looking. Now you're going to chain one, skip one, go to the next, and do a double crochet. And we don't chain one after that one. It's just after the 3. Now we're going to go in and we're going to do our 5 double crochets around that post, only pulling through 2. That's our 5s. We have 6 on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all 6, cinch it with a single crochet. Now we're going to do that again. So that's the one we're working on. Skip one and go to this one and do 3 in a row. 1, 2, and 3. Some more yarn. Now we're going to chain one, skip one, and go to here. Now we're going to do our cluster again. So now, right now, we have 4 clusters. We're going to skip that. We're not going to use that one. That's the one we're using. We're going to skip it. We're going to come over here, and we're going to do 1, 2, and the third one in the top of the chain. And that's the end of that row. And we're doing okay, but I still think it's going to spread out. So I'm going to stick to the G hook. Okay. Now, So now we want to straighten up this edge again with double crochets. So we're going to go into this one right here. So it's, if you follow this down, that's the one right below the chain 3. We're going to go the next one, do a double crochet, and then we're going to go to the space right here and do a double crochet. Now we're going to do the top of this cluster here, and the next part of it right there, and then the space, and then we have 3 double crochets next, and we'll do the top of those. Now you have another space right here, but we're not doing that space. We're doing the clusters. Be sure you get both stitches front and back of the top of that cluster there. There's the top of that post. Now this space. Now we have 3 more double crochets. Now we'll do that cluster there. And that post. And the space. And the 3 double crochets. And we're down to the last one here. We're going to do that part of that front part of the cluster there, and the post, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets, this one and the top of the chain, not the space at this end. So that one there, and now the chain. And you should have 25 stitches again. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 stitches again. And see how it grows, and we're right at our 7. And it should be correct now. Okay, now you're going to repeat and do rows 2 and 3 again. And that's going to be your repeat for the pattern, so it's chain 3 and turn. And now you're going to go right into this first one and do a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet. And then you're going to work your posts and do your cluster there. That's why I pinch it. And then there's the one we're working in. We're going to skip the next one, double crochet in 3 in a row. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next, and do your next cluster. And when you get down here to the very end, remember that you're going to, in the last 3 stitches, it's going to be a chain 1 and skip the next double and double crochet in the last and the top of the beginning chain. So go back and watch what we did in row 2. And then you'll repeat row 3, putting this straight one back on. So just go back and forth. And I'm guessing we're probably going to have, I'd say at least 6 of these repeats, it looks like. But I'll let you know for sure how many I get. And I'll see you guys back when we have our 7 inches. Okay, everybody, here is our square. This is square number 10. And actually, you know, the thing about these ones that have all this texture in it is they tend to hold up better as a square. You know, they don't get misshapen. We're right at 7 by 7. And that's using the G hook 4.0 millimeter. I like it. I don't dislike this cluster stitch, but it's not my favorite. But I like the way it looks. If you're wanting something with texture, I like the way this looks. Again, I say this again, I think this one would be great as a washcloth because of these bumps. So let's go on to square number 11. Here we go. Okay, welcome to square number 11. Today I'm using the Premier in Aran. You're going to chain 27 loosely. And now if you hear my heaters, there may be a noise, but it'll be my heaters coming on. We're going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. And in each chain across so that we have 25 double crochets. And that includes our first chain here. So go ahead and double crochet in each chain and I will see you over on the other end. Okay, now we're going to mark this as our front side. I'll come back and put a piece of yarn in there later. Now you are going to chain 1 and turn. Then you're going to work a front post double crochet around each post of each stitch all the way across so that you will have 25 front post double crochets. Okay, so including this very first one right here. So front post double crochets all the way across for row number 1. Well, row number 2 actually. Row number 2. Row number 1 was all double crochets, and now it's front post double crochets for row number 2. Okay, for row number 3, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to work back post double crochets all the way across. So the first one's a little bit tricky. I turn this way and then go down and grab it. It's just kind of, you just kind of find your own way to get in there on that first one, because there's not anything to grab a hold of on the side. There we go. You'll figure your own way to do it, just as long as you're going around that post. We're going to do this all the way across. And this is our repeat. So you're going to do front post double crochets all the way across, and then you're going to do back post double crochets all the way across. Chain 1 when you turn. And that's going to be your repeat. That's it. The very simple stitch for this square, and this one is called the horizontal relief stitch. Let's see how we're doing as far as our size. So I'm still using my, yeah, seeing it's going to grow. So still using my 4mm, and I'm happy with my gauge. Just have to experiment. Okay guys, I'll see you when this is 7 inches. Just do rows 2 and 3 over and over again, and I'll meet you back. Okay everyone, this is our next square number 11, and I think it came out really great. We're right at 7 inches square, which I wasn't sure was going to, because it kept pulling on me, and I'm sure you noticed that. But once I got my border around it and let it started to flatten out more, and it did notice that, you know, look at that. This is a rather heavy material, and I got to thinking, you know what this would be great for, and that's hot pads. So if you wanted a great hot pad stitch to do with the cotton yarn, of course, or even if you wanted it just something that you could set things on, you know, just like a hot pad to set food on, this would be a great one for that. It's a great stitch for getting a rather heavy fabric. So that's square number 11. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed these 2 squares. Be looking for number 12 and 13 soon. Within the next few days, I hope I can get those done. And please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing on everything. If you have any questions, email me at fiberfloozieCrafts@gmail.com. And I will see you for the next one. Have fun today. Bye, everyone.